Let's talk about remotes. Here are the two remotes that came with your ActivPanel and your soundbar. So the whole setup. You didn't get two of the same remotes. I know these look pretty similar, but they are different. The panel remote. So the panel is your display. So the remote that controls the display is the one that has the snowflake on it. So that's how you're going to have things like freeze the screen, no show, which would just black out the screen. And then you also have a couple other options like, power and source, things like that. I will say that this remote is pretty picky with how it works. You do have to aim it almost directly at the sensor on the display. So just know that this is the infrared receiver. So it's a little oval to the right of this button. And the closer you are to aiming at that, the more responsive your remote will be. So if we're trying to do no show to black out the screen, notice that if I push it now, it's not working. But if I aim it at that sensor, now it works. It should work fine from anywhere in your room, so long as you're actually aiming somewhere in the general direction of that sensor. Let's try it out. Aiming right at it, there it's working. Aiming up, not working. Aiming over there, it kind of worked. So hit or miss, but just keep in mind the closer you are to aiming at that, the better. And that is for your panel. The other remote is for your soundbar. So here we go. You can tell it's for sound because it has a microphone instead of a snowflake. The soundbar sits on top of your panel most likely, and chances are you won't need this remote too much. It does have volume on it, which I would just kind of turn up, and then you probably won't need this remote too much because you can control volume from your laptop or from the panel, and this could just be one more thing to lose, or you accidentally mistake it for the other remote. So maybe you want to put this one in a drawer somewhere just so you don't confuse yourself. But one thing to keep in mind with your soundbar, there should be a white LED light showing in the very center of the soundbar, showing you that you're on the correct channel or the correct input for sound to be coming out of that. And if you notice that it's red, it's because it's off, meaning that someone pushed this, or perhaps it got unplugged and then replugged in or something. So if you notice that it's off, you could turn it on with the remote. That would be a time that you need this remote. And if you notice that that light is green, then the source got changed to one that won't work. The source that we use is USB/aux or auxiliary. That's what you would want to press to make that light white. So that way it will be able to communicate with the panel and then output audio. I think you also have, yes, you do have a mute button on here as well, which could come in handy. So just keep that in mind. These remotes are not the same. One is for the display, one is for your speaker bar.